I don't want to miss this part. Julie Chavez Rodriguez, on behalf of the Latino Leaders Network, we are pleased to present our Eagle Leadership Award for your outstanding service to our nation, to your state, and to our community. Congratulations.
Thank you, Mickey. Well, thank you, Mickey, so much for this incredible honor. And thank you so much, Mayor Villaraigosa, for that wonderful introduction. Sometimes I feel like I should call you Tío Villaraigosa, since we've known each other for so long, and you've been such an incredible inspiration and mentor as well. And what a wonderful opportunity to be amongst so many incredible Latino leaders here in Chicago for our 2024 Democratic National Convention. Now, I am so honored to receive this award today. As Mayor Villaraigosa was saying, you know, the Eagle has a special place in so many of our hearts and in so many of our stories, and definitely in my family's story. My mother used to tell us that when they were little kids working in the fields, that oftentimes they would, you know, want something, whether it was to go to Disneyland or to have something new. And my grandfather's response was always, when the eagle flies. When the eagle flies, we could do that. And it carried with him as he started the United Farm Workers and found that powerful symbol of the eagle and made sure that the eagle would fly every single day on behalf of our farm workers. And it's organizations like these, like Latino Leaders Network, who have helped to pave the way for people like myself to step into politics and to be able to find a path forward and to be able to see themselves and people like Maria Chavez and Mickey Ibarra, who worked in the Clinton administration. And, you know, Mayor Villaraigosa took my line earlier, but I also want to, you know, take this moment to, you know, in addition to all of the leaders here, to thank the servers who are members of Unite HERE Local 1, if I'm correct, proud union members, and also to thank the farm workers who put food on our table for this wonderful luncheon. Now, this week, we are celebrating the nomination of another incredible leader that has helped to pave the way for so many, our next president, Kamala Harris. She has been fighting for our families, for our communities, and for our freedoms since day one of her career. Because we know what is on the line, and she knows what is on the line, that our fundamental and basic freedoms are what we're fighting for. The freedom to vote, the freedom to be safe from gun violence, the freedom for women to make decisions about their own bodies, and the freedom to live and retire with dignity. Those are some of the basic freedoms that Kamala Harris and Governor Walz continue to fight for. And while Donald Trump is fighting to take us back, we know that Kamala and Tim have an incredible vision for our future, one where everyone has the opportunity to not just get by, but to get ahead, to continue to fight to lower costs for our families, to lower the cost of groceries, of rent, of housing, to take on big corporations and the price gouging that we continue to see, and to help Americans realize the American dream. And I've worked with Kamala Harris for many years. I've had the opportunity to see who she is fighting for when she's in the halls of power. And she is focused on ensuring that the promise of America remains within reach for our Latino families and for all hardworking families across this country. And there is no one better to take on and to beat Donald Trump than Kamala Harris this November. She's a prosecutor who's taken on big banks, big oil, and corporate landlords. Meanwhile, Donald Trump is a convicted felon who despises and demonizes our community and only fights for himself. With 77 days left until Election Day, we know we have work to do. But I know that if we continue to fight together, we will win big this November. And I've shared this with folks earlier this week who asked me, how am I so confident that we're going to win? And I remind them that I know a thing or two about organizing. I know a thing or two about bringing people together to fight for what's right. Because growing up, I had a master class in organizing by watching my tata, Cesar Chavez, lead the United Farm Workers. And the organization that we have built across this campaign is designed to do exactly that, to mobilize, to energize, and to organize. We have over 270 campaign offices across our 8 battleground states, over 1,600 staff in our battleground states, with another 500 at HQ in our wonderful Wilmington, Delaware offices. And just this weekend alone, during our weekend of action, we had over 2,000 events and knocked on over 100,000 doors. And Donald Trump has no ground game, so we're going to make him a 2-time loser. Now, I'd be remiss if I didn't take this time to recognize some other extremely important people who are here with me today, who have continued to inspire me along my journey. You've heard of some of my family members already, but I'm here with my dad and Sonia, so I'm so grateful for the continued support and leadership you provide. My partner, Akila, who has been a steady force and just basically come with me to live wherever I'm joining my next campaign. And also my cousins, Caesar, Christine, Oscar, and I think Alejandro might be around here somewhere as well. My grandfather didn't just inspire a movement, he inspired our entire family to continue to fight for working people and to continue to fight for justice. And as I'm here with all of you, I'm reminded of the power of organizing. And I'm so excited that we get the opportunity to make history again together. With this campaign, we have set a new bar for what it means to invest in the Latino community and reaching our Latino voters and in getting out the Latino vote. We have bilingual canvases and phone banks that we have launched well ahead of the season. We've been investing in paid advertising in English, Spanish, and yes, Spanglish since August of last year. And we have hired bilingual organizers to make sure that we have people that look like us at the doors when we talk to our voters. Because we know that all of that matters in this moment, when we need to make sure that we get every vote out, that we leave no stone unturned, because we know that this is going to be a close election. We are under no illusion by the big rallies we've been having. It's kind of gotten under someone's skin. But we know we have to turn that, that enthusiasm, that excitement into action, into organizing. And that's what we are prepared and planning to do. So I'll leave you with a quote from my grandfather, one that continues to inspire me every day and reminds me that the future truly is ours. He said that once social change begins, it cannot be reversed. You cannot uneducate the person who has learned to read. You cannot humiliate the person who feels pride, and you cannot oppress the people who are not afraid anymore. I have seen the future, and the future is ours. So thank you all so much. I look forward to rolling up our sleeves and winning big this November.